So you got a second opinion on your nose. You no longer have to have surgery?
No, I do.
You do have to have surgery?
Yeah. When I went to the ENT, that was, after they had given me like some medication and all this other stuff to like see how things are going and progressing to see if like the swelling and stuff going down, because apparently I have a deviated septum. Deviated septum, fluid in my frontal sinus. I have 2 hairline fractures across my nose, and I also have enlarged
adenoids.
No, turbinates, I think is what it's called.
You missed it.
What did you say?
It's okay.
I did.
It's not funny when you have to explain it.
I missed it. I think it's because I was like thinking and I had my head up, so I didn't catch it. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's been a while.
It has been.
We're not connected anymore.
I know we have to. And then it's, I don't know if you ever feel that way about the weather. It just makes me feel really groggy and just like, ugh, when it's like super dark and gloomy.
It's been a lot of rain lately.
And I am just getting up to date on that.
Oh, the rain. Yeah, you haven't been here.
I haven't been here. So I was traveling.
Yeah. So we haven't been here in 2 weeks. You've been traveling. I've been traveling. Mm-hmm. How was your 4th of July? What did you do?
Yeah, we went, we split our trip, right? So we went to see my husband's family in North Carolina.
In-laws?
Yes. Yes.
North Carolina.
In North Carolina. And it's just so happened my family was having a family like meetup gathering. It wasn't a reunion because it was on a smaller scale and it was very informal.
It could be a reunion, a small reunion.
I guess, but I think it was because it started off from what my aunts were telling me. It was just like it was one cousin that's in the huge family group chat, right, who lives in North Carolina. And my family's from Illinois. She lives there. And so she was just like, oh, she has all this land. She has like hundreds of acres and all this stuff and like a compound and all this stuff. She's like, you guys should come out here and visit. So it was just like my mom and her sisters, right? That gen of cousins, because that's their first cousin. Mm-hmm. We're just like, we should come and see you. So it's just for them to go and like hang out with their cousin.
And then another cousin invited someone else. We should have so-and-so. And we should, so-and-so should come.
Yes,
and then so-and-so
they're talking about it in the group chat. So then everyone was saying that. And the next thing I know, when it's gotten closer, like within the last few months, and then someone was saying like my grandmother was coming and her sister was coming.
Now you gotta go.
Now I was
the matriarchs over there.
Because my grandma is there. I haven't seen my grandmother in over 2 years. So I'm just like, oh wait, now it's a thing. So I'm like, now it's a thing. And so yeah, I'm just like, now it's a thing. And then my brother was saying he's bringing
it's a thing.
Yep. He's bringing, he's going and bringing his kids down because they'll just make a trip out of it and go up to other places.
So you had to go.
I had to go. And then I have my family from Germany, like a few of them said that they were coming down too. And I was just like, whoa, I'm going. Because I was like, I can use it as like a dual purpose to convince Victor, right? Because he refuses to go and see my family until we've gone to take Lou to see his family in North Carolina, because she hasn't been there to see his homeland.
So is that what he calls it? Are you wearing NCAT colors right now?
Who?
NCAT?
Okay, so do you call it that? Can I record you saying that?
No.
Why? Okay,
because you're a contract girl. Okay, I'm getting there. Have I signed anything for you to record me? Have I signed off on anything?
Well, that's why I asked before I said that.
Very, very good. Very good.
Yes, that's why. That's because Victor was saying at my family gathering, because we only went it was a 2-day thing, and we went for the Friday because, of course, the main trip was, for her to do that. But I was like, we can at least go see my family for that Friday. So we went for that. Anyways, while we were there, he was asking, because I think it was my brother and my nephew were referring to it as NCAP, because that's one of the schools he got into.
North Carolina A&T.
Yeah, and he was interested in seeing, and I just know, when they're there, they just call it A&T, right? Because you're in the state. And then Victor was saying, I've never heard anybody call it NCAT. He's from North Carolina.
Aren't there other A&Ts?
But I'm saying they're in North Carolina. I think when
not North Carolina, but like Virginia A&T.
I feel like everybody has one.
Are there other A&Ts? So of course, like when we're not in North Carolina, we're going to call it NCAT, but of course they just call it A&T there.
They just call it A&T there. But he was saying in a sense of like, they just call it North Carolina A&T. He was just like, I've never heard anybody call it NCAT. He was like, we either call it A&T or either North Carolina A&T.
Ain't nobody saying North Carolina A&T. That's 8 syllables. No one is saying that.
No, and no one's whipping a T-shirt around the head just like a helicopter. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Petey Pablo!
Petey Pablo. Oh, shoot. I don't know.
Swing like a helicopter, North Carolina, go home and raise it.
Yes, that's the best thing they have coming out. Besides, what they love to say is J. Cole, right? I'll give them J. Cole.
Yeah, he's from Fayetteville.
Yeah. So,
right?
yeah,
Deville.
I think so. That's what he talks about. And so he was having a whole debate. And then he was asking like one of my smaller cousins, like a second cousin who's like younger. I was like, she doesn't know. She's from Illinois. This is her first time in North Carolina too. Don't ask her that. And
how old was she?
I don't know. She's like, like 20 something.
She probably know NCAT because that's like one of the colleges people in Chicago, because I grew up in Chicago. That's where I went to high school. When we were applying to colleges, NCAT was one of those things, and that's what we called the NCAT.
Because when he said it, she didn't know, and I was just like, she's not gonna know. I was like, move on. She didn't. That's why I was like, please move on. Like he was just trying to make a point and just trying to have a good time himself. So
was he Tequila Vic?
No, of course not. I don't even think they had tequila there, even though my aunts typically drink.
Are you going to ask me how my 4th was?
Yeah.
Or you just continue to talk about yourself?
We got off on the whole NCAT thing, so it went off from that to that. But long story short, I had a good time visiting my family for a few hours. It was really nice. We shot a lot of guns and some explosives, and my baby got to play with both sides of her cousins, my brother and his brother. So, and then we ended up going up the coast up to DC and all that stuff, and we had a good time. It was tiring. We got stuck and we came back down to North Carolina because of the storms, as well as the storms here in Austin. How was your 4th?
It was fine, thanks.
Okay. Josh, how was your 4th?
I wasn't done.
I thought she put a period.
No, I changed it to a semicolon.
Okay.
No, a comma. Fuck, how do you use a semicolon? No, 4th was good. We decided last minute that we were going to host. Usually we're traveling for the 4th to different families like you did, but we decided we're going to be here. We're not moving. Let's do something. So literally, I want to say the 2nd, I started sending out invitations like, hey, I sent you one too. Was it the 1st or the 2nd? I don't remember.
I think it was the 2nd.
It was the 2nd. I said, hey, last minute, we're hosting. Please come.
I know. I'm just like, I'm not even in town. I'm
like,
sorry.
Okay, great. You horrible friend.
I know. I'm just like, I'm out of town. I'm literally, I can't come back.
Yeah, it was last minute. And then when did we tell you? The 1st or the 2nd?
I think it was Wednesday, so the 2nd.
I'm telling you, we decided last minute, and I called 4 different bounce house places, like, because all of them were sold out and booked. But this one lady, let me tell you, this one lady. This is why.
You go on Facebook Marketplace and get them.
Absolutely not. I don't want to keep it. I want them to drop it and pick that shit back up. But I called this one lady, this one company, and she says she couldn't do it. They were sold out. So then I called another company, and when the lady answered, it sounded like the same person. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, we literally just got off the phone and sold it and booked it with our next person. I said, that's so funny. You sound just like someone I spoke to through so-and-so company. She goes, oh yeah, we own that one too. I said, oh, so I did just speak to you. So before, you just told me the caller before me, you just gave the last one out, but you just told me you were sold out when I called before literally 3 minutes ago. So I'm a little confused on which one is. Oh, well, sometimes we can make exceptions and blah, 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 blah. I said, oh, great. Good to know. So you can go ahead and make another exception because you just told me that you were sold out. So we were talking. It's just like, but we can't make any more deliveries on the 4th. I said, great. We'll take it on the 3rd because you made an exception for someone else after you got off the phone with me. So it's only right. I think that's great customer service. If you can't do it, I'll speak to someone who can. That's okay. Give me a manager. All of a sudden, everything opens up. Yeah, we have a combination bounce house that you can do with the slide and the bounce. We'll give it to you at a discounted rate because that's not what you want. We'll go ahead and deliver it the 4th. Don't worry about it. Where the fuck was that before? Why do I have to act like a crazy little brat for you guys to do what you're supposed to do? But anyway.
Did it rain?
It rained all day. Okay. That's besides the point. But it did stop for like, what, an hour or two?
Yeah.
Like hour or two, maybe 3. And the kids went out and went crazy. And you know what? I'm still mad at you for not bringing my baby swimsuit.
Yeah, that's my wife's fault.
No. Did I text your wife or did I tell you about the water slide?
Oh, you told us both.
Oh, great. So it's both your faults.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'll take half the blame. Mm-hmm. That's better than
they didn't bring my baby swimsuit. And she was laying on the couch all upset with her beautiful makeup and her nails. Look, she had on a Cowboy Carter little sash. Yes. His daughter.
Have to show me a picture.
His daughter is the most adorable. You are in trouble.
Yes.
Like in the so much
Yes.
trouble. So she was laying on the couch just upset. I said, oh no. I said, we're going to figure this out. So the rain stopped for a little bit. They were able to go out. But during the setup of the bounce house, pouring, they set it up in the rain. And then when they came and pick it up the next day,
it was raining again.
Pouring. It's literally been raining for maybe 9, I would say 9 days straight. But I think yesterday there was no rain. Or it did rain. It did rain yesterday for maybe about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's been raining like
softer,
crazy.
Though.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
We got in yesterday.
Here too. Okay. Yeah. Well, how was the flight back?
I mean, it was rough. We were just happy to get home, right? Because we got, our flight got delayed so many times or pushed back to where we were delayed to the next day. So, I mean, at that point, there's nothing that you want more than the comforts of just being home.
In your own bed.
In my own bed, and it just smelled really good just to be home. Well,
clean.
It's a kind of stale when you're gone for a little bit because you're like, and then you're home and it's like, perfect. Yeah. And then all I want to do is I like immediately unpack and I'm just like wash all the clothes and take the ones to the cleaners because I don't like a smell. Even the ones that are clean, I don't like the smell of like a hotel room.
And it only smells like that if you've been there for a long time. Now, if you've been in like for 2 days, it still smells like your house. You come back. But if you were gone for a while.
Yeah.
So I know you unplug a lot. So have you heard about like the floods and everything that's happening?
I haven't. So the only, I stay off of social media, all that stuff, especially when I was there because I really just wanted to soak in like being with my family. I honestly didn't even take that many photos and I feel kind of bad. I'm just I'm in the moment, but I never think about that. Mm-hmm. But I also feel like I put myself at a disadvantage because again, like I was with my grandma and it was just like, I should have taken a few more photos, but I was also trying to do too much. It was like, my daughter was having a great time with her first cousin, right? My brother's kids, but my grandmother was inside. I wanted to spend time with her, right? My uncle who's in Germany who was there. I wanted to spend time with him because I never see him. And then also I wanted to be with the guns and the explosives. So it's just like, I want to play this. My daughter's like, ew, there's a fly. Help me. So I'm running back with her. Next thing I know,
I'm with her.
I got 3 other kids who are now mine and they're like, we want snacks. So I'm running to the
what ain't mamas and daddy?
Somewhere.
Well, have them. Your mom and daddy belongs over. And I'm joking.
Right. Everybody's everybody's mom.
She ain't a lot of kids.
And I don't. Oh. I do. Right.
You don't.
I do and I don't.
You love Coco.
I do. That's my boo. Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves crazy ass Coco.
That's my boo. But yeah. So, I mean, I do, right? And they're sweet girls. So it was just, I wanted to make sure everybody was happy, especially with like London. So everybody's in a good position. And once they were, and there was an adult, like one of my aunts, that's what I love about going with my family. Cause I can just like do this.
Where's the
she's
bell?
Covered. I don't know. Anyway, so that was that. But yeah, I haven't been. So I saw it like in the hotel where it was on like CNN and it was talking about like all of the floods and like people missing and stuff like that.
Not
so
people. Kids. Well, I know people.
Well, there's people.
Yes,
I think there's over 100 people who are still unaccounted for.
But it's overshadowed by the children. And I see why. Because they're kids. They're these innocent little things. And it's sad that it happened in general, to the people that are experiencing this. But, not my main focus, but like the thing that keeps being shoved in my face is the kids. And it's so sad. Like, I used to want to go to go-away camp or stay-away camp because of the Parent Trap. Seeing that movie made it fun, made it seem fun. And then when I had kids, I'm like, I'll never send my kids.
Have you never been in an overnight camp?
Absolutely not. I have not.
Oh, I have.
I was sheltered, so I couldn't go nowhere. But, yeah, and it just seemed like it would be so much fun. And then this happens, and I'm starting to see on social media now, they are politicizing it. They're like, oh, it happened because that's what y'all get. It's a red state. I'm like, what is going on? What is wrong with people? Like there's no political bound. It's not politically bound to anything. Number one, children can't vote. So that's like not their fault or anything, but it's like people are taking this. I feel like this is how far gone the world is, that instead of seeing this as there are families, there are sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, grandmas, moms, dad, there are people that are missing. They're focusing on the political nature of it. They're like, well, this is what happened in California. That's a red state. That's where all the fires happened. Oh, that's why hurricanes come in Florida. It's a red state. Oh, this is what happened in Texas. It's a red state. It has nothing to do with that. It has to be where geographically where it's located. But I saw that.
Global
and that's
warming.
the most,
It's global warming.
Well, that's America. But I mean, that's the world. But it's like, I saw that and a couple of people saying that. And then other people, there's people, us people that are saying, oh, there's little black babies dying all the time. You want us to care about these little white kids that die like we don't care. Like, how dare you? How dare you? And that's all I'm going to say about it, because it makes me sick to my stomach.
So, yeah, and like, I'm just getting back, so I don't know much about what's been going on this screen.
Oh, but your phone is listening. You're going to start seeing it now.
My phone is listening?
Always, you know how you talk about something, then it pops up on social media the next time you see it, like, wait a minute, I was just talking about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't get on enough. It'll probably be on an old feed. I think I've gotten feeds from like 2 weeks ago whenever I do pop on Instagram, and I'm just like, oh, this is from, and I'll send it to like Victor, and it's from like April 1st. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know enough to comment on it, but yeah, from what you're saying, yeah, I think in any tragedy, with a natural disaster, an event that occurs, everyone tries to take their positions, right? Try to use it as leverage, or also just kind of speak about what's currently going on in a political climate. And I think a lot of it has to do with a lot of budget cuts and different programs that are being changed or altered or modified, right? So it's just talking about probably maybe the reactional time or the resources that they have to be able to work. But I also, as a mother and as a person who has a heart, the first
person who has a heart.
Yeah. The first thing that always comes to mind for me, and I try to stay out of politics because it's just not my arena and I'm not well read on it. It's just the fact that, the people come first, right? So I tend not to comment or, won't necessarily, because of the fact that, what's at hand, as you said before, is the people who are still unaccounted for, right? And that's super important for us to keep them in our prayers, and their families as well, and anyone who's been devastated or impacted by the recent storms or weather conditions that have happened.
It was a Christian camp.
Yeah.
It was a Christian camp. And
all
people
girls
are saying,
Christian camp, right?
All girls Christian camp, and they're saying, oh, it's racist because it's all white people. And that's why.
I think it just may be the area.
It may be the area, or it's just black people ain't choose to send their kids there. Like, I don't know. But it shouldn't matter. I get what they're saying, but it shouldn't matter. And that shouldn't be the forefront of people's thinking. Like, that's so messed up. Like, I don't care. There ain't nobody that look like us there. Like, what? These are people. There are people that look like you there. We're all humans. We all look like humans. We don't look like Martians. We all don't have a little antenna coming out of our heads. We all have 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, 2 ears. We all look, I get what they're saying. Yes. But it's like, to say that about kids, like 8-year-olds. There's a girl who Chloe and Maya play with, who the kids play with, whose sister was there and is now dead.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, it's like a little girl I met. Like, she's gone. I'm not looking at her like, oh, well, that's not. No, that's sad. That is so sad. Like, my friend, her coworker, kid was there, gone. Like,
that's really sad.
That is so sad. It came in the middle of the night. These girls were asleep in their bunk beds and the water just rose. And before they even know what happened, they were dead. Like, imagine flowing down that, adrenaline pumping, everything seeping through your skin. You have no idea what's going on, and you're just like, where's my mommy and daddy? How am I getting like that? It hurts. And then you go online and say that shit. Like, it's something fundamentally wrong with you.
But I think a lot of people do that in different circumstances, right? I think the same thing could be said in different cases, right? When Katrina happened, or when Harvey happened, when a lot of these, even the most recent storms that hit, what was it, like up in Asheville, North Carolina? And I don't feel like they got enough attention.
That came and went.
Yeah,
came and went.
Right?
Because I forgot all about that.
See what I mean? So it's a lot of things, and I think it's a matter of what gets the attention, what gets the support for people to stay relevant. And also it's just the media cycle, and a media cycle in a sense of like what the media, not necessarily blaming the media for like just moving on, but just in general people, how quickly we just move on past an event to the next. And because there's so many things that are happening in the world to where, our minds do shift.
And it's also what's being thrown at us.
Yeah.
By the media.
Absolutely. But it's also what's being thrown at us. And then also just making sure, which I think is always super important. I never take anything from, someone's opinion or someone as my main information or source of information. I think it's always best and to be able to, find multiple outlets or sources to be able to do your research on certain things, just so that you can make sure you have a clearer picture versus just one avenue. And I always like to encourage people to get off of Instagram, or not just Instagram, just social media. That is not a platform of news, right? And I mean, some of the news isn't always direct, right? But I think if you can verify the source from multiple sources, then I think that you can get to a better, more accurate account of things. And I always encourage people to be able to do so. But it's different when you're in different, generations. And also, how I even found out about the storms that were happening where we were was the GPS. When we were leaving my family's event, it just kept popping up on the GPS, on like Google's GPS, like, alert, there's tropical storm Chantal that's coming. That was the first time we even heard of it.
Chantal coming?
Chantal,
girl. I ain't heard from Chantal in years.
And I asked, and Victor was making real fun, like, oh, it's Chantal. And I was just like, is it Chantal or Chantal? Victor's different. He was like, it was French, it was Chantal. I was like, is it? Okay.
Wait, so usually when you travel, you unplug, right? Mm-hmm. So was it your phone GPS? Was it the car GPS? Because
it was the phone. You know how you connect it to the car?
Yep, like CarPlay, but good. Oh wait,
he was using.
He was using his phone.
He was using his phone.
So it's the Android.
The Android.
Because like I was like, I've never gotten a weather alert from Google.
Never.
That's why it must have been real bad.
It was, and I had no idea. And we were so glad because next thing you know, storm clouds and everything were coming.
Hitting,
so they were hitting, and it hit so bad in that area too. And that's how we found out about it. Because when I am traveling, I'm not watching TV.
Yeah. So
right?
you unplug. So you unplug from your phone and TV.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch TV. I put Bluey on for her.
Yeah. So how do you unplug? What's the one thing that you can be rid of when you unplug when you're traveling? Because like most people can't unplug on a normal basis, but you're traveling, you're like, oh, thank God I'm not looking at my phone. Like that's you. You don't like your phone. You don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I can stay off my phone just in gen, I'm good.
You're good. So what's the one thing you can live without when traveling for unplugging?
What can I live without when traveling? My husband. Just kidding. I had to make it light.
Gosh. I'm sorry. I keep checking my phone because I'm trying to see if Matt texts me. He's picking up the girls today. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just have to make that to make fun. What could I do without? The one thing that I can do without is having to figure out, what am I going to eat for dinner?
Okay, let me switch this. Okay.
You don't like that. He likes it. What's the hardest thing
to give up?
Wait, I want to hear what's this one thing. Say it again.
What did I ask? What's the...
You said, what's the one thing that you could do without while traveling and you're unplugged, is having to figure out, because that's why I am plugged in, is because I'm searching like restaurants in the area or what's nearby or what you're wanting.
Right, you get a hotel. You know, we get Airbnbs all the time whenever we travel because our kids can't sit still. So they feel trapped. We're cooking. We're cooking. So it's not like as soon as we get there, we're like, where's the nearest grocery store? Because I remember when we went to Houston and you were like, why don't we just stay at a hotel? I said, oh, my kids will burn it down. Yeah, to the ground. They will burn that damn hotel down. Yeah. They're like terriers. They need a backyard to run around. Yes. Okay, I get it now. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean that's unplugging, trying to figure out what you're going to eat for dinner? Huh?
Because I just like to get out of the room sometimes because of her. Right.
That's why you need an Airbnb. You need a house.
I know we do, but it's too much because that'll be too much of me saying what I already tell her. Even when we get like a suite, it's just like, don't touch that. Let me wipe this. Let me put this down.
Here she goes. Here comes the nutty train.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, I put towels down. We live saw everything, even after it's been cleaned.
Bro, I thought it was just you. I remember when you guys got to Houston and looked at the Airbnb, and Victor was like, let me go check the bathroom. How many reviews are in this place? Yeah. How many people stay? I was like, oh, you guys are a match made in heaven.
Bro, he checks the towels like this. But you know what? Because of him, I start checking the towels. You need to start checking the towels. Yeah. Even in the nicest restaurants, sometimes they'll throw in like a random towel that's been in rotation that they don't know about. Mm-hmm. And it may have just like one little stain. And what I mean by one little stain, like one like little yellow you can't see unless you put it to the light stain. Mm-hmm. And you like, nope. And I throw it straight on the floor.
Yep.
And I don't use it because I'm like, I don't know that. So we get a lot of like new towels when we're in these hotels. But yeah, I'm always doing this. He's always checking the bed.
When we went to Houston the first time, as soon as we got to the hotel, we're like, check the beds. I was
check the beds.
You were like, did you check your? Yes, I checked my bed.
Check the bed.
And this is before I knew you had OCD. Okay,
check the bed.
I checked it before, and you're like, did you check the towels? I was like, no, I didn't. They're folded. What do you mean? I get it. Okay, okay, that makes sense. Yes, but you and Victor are two peas in a pod. pods. When I saw him, I was gonna say something else, but I can't say it. Matt told me to stop saying it. But when I saw him checking, just like I said, oh.
Now you
got
see
it.
Yeah,
now
that's where it stemmed from. I mean, I would do like my own, and then his went more in depth because he travels for a living, and that's all he is. He lives out of hotel rooms, out of a suitcase.
He's used to it.
He's
used to doing dirty shit,
and
he's probably seen it.
Yeah, especially some of the places that he goes to, because maybe the nicest hotel that they may have
is probably like 30 miles away.
It's 30, but no, the nicest place they probably have is probably like the Courtyard Marriott. So he has to make the most. He has to make the most of it. So, okay. So that was my one thing I wish I could live without, is because that puts me back on the phone, and it's just like doing that.
You have to look for it.
You have to look for it, unless there's a restaurant, but you want to kind of get out because she's like bouncing off the walls, doing this, jumping up.
It's time for her. You got to start getting Airbnbs. She needs space. She needs a living room where she can run around, and she needs a place that has a playroom.
We have in there.
That's a time,
but I don't feel any more comfortable. But I don't feel any more comfortable in someone else's home, because all I think about it is that it's been ran through like a prostitute.
What do you think a hotel has been ran through? It's worse.
It's a high dollar prostitute.
Well, at least she cleaning her cat.
That one I do,
baby. Madam, I used to want to be a madam. I never told you that.
No.
We're gonna talk about this later.
Okay.
What's the one thing you?
No, you go, and then we're coming back.
No, we're not.
Go.
If I didn't have to drive and navigate, that would be the best. If I didn't have to do any of that.
Would you do a self-driving car? You know that they're all around the center.
Yeah, I'll do a self-driving car.
I'm afraid of those.
I heard that your last Airbnb had a lot of mold.
Yes. Okay. So the last Airbnb we stayed at in Ontario. So Matt was filming his special, and so we were in LA. Mind you, I'll tell you about that later. So we went to Ontario, which is supposed to only be an hour from LA, but with traffic, it was like 2.5 hours.
What happened to Santa Monica?
We were in Santa Monica. We were in LA first for 3 or 4 days. Then we went to Ontario, California for the rest of the trip. It was disgusting.
Oh, no.
When I tell you, when we walked in there, I had a panic attack. Literally, I was like, man, I can't stay here. I woke him up out of napping. Like, he was going to record his special. He was sleeping. He was getting ready for work that night. I woke him up. I was like, man. He was like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with you? I can't stay here. I can't stay here. I can't breathe. It's too dirty. I don't feel comfortable with the kids sleeping here. We gotta go. We gotta get a hotel. There's no 5-star hotels over here. What are we gonna do? Like, I'm like literally losing my mind. And he's just looking at me like, bro, you gotta chill. It's like, it's just a little dirty. It's just a little worn down. No. And then
it's because they're men, right? You guys can like tough it, but it's different when you have a family. When you're by yourself,
it's my kids.
You guys can get through it because they're like, I'm just here for a couple of days. I'm done. I'm out. I'll throw my bag over there and y'all can wash it.
There was hair in the shower. There were
How long was the hair?
Longer than the pube, okay?
Okay.
Let's just
I'm just saying, like, how gross are we getting? Like, is it?
Oh, there were bugs in the fridge.
Oh, no.
The fridge looked like it was from the 80s. Yeah. There was food in the cabinets left over, just all over the cabinets, just loose food. On the one other side of one of the beds where you can't see, there were a bunch of Smirnoff ice cans, trash, food.
Classy.
It was like a college student. You can tell Smirnoff Ice. It was all on the side of the bed that you wouldn't have seen. Maya would happen to go on the other side because, Maya always snooping and touching shit.
I love that.
And she was like, what's that? Like, what is this? They have the cleaner come out. When we got there, I told him all these things were dirty. And then you have the beep, beep.
What is this?
The smoke detector.
Oh, I saw... what's the name on Instagram a month ago that said
black noise, white noise versus black noise. When I tell you, when I heard that, I said, I'm getting off the internet. I'm done. This is what's wrong with the black community. Shit like that. Beep. People sleep with white noise. I need some black noise. I said, oh, they done lost them. I am done with the internet. The internet is evil.
It was hilarious.
Cardi B posted something on her story once, and you heard the beeping in the background. In my mind, I'm like, you make way too much money to be living like that. But that's ghetto fabulous, and I'm here for it. But listen, not in my house.
I make way too much money to smoke crack.
I can do the good stuff. I ain't smoke crack. Crack is whack.
Crack is whack.
I smoke the good stuff.
Ain't that what she said?
Cocaine. Whoa, I was doing it. I know. This and everything.
Rest in peace, Whitney Houston.
Oh, we were listening to I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Wait,
and
which version? Like the regular or the
regular?
One,
and
okay,
mine
not
goes,
the dance version.
I think I've heard this girl before. Ooh, I said, I think you have heard this girl, baby. She's also dead. Oh, what happened? Come on, we get in the camp. Let's go. But yeah, there was so much. And then there was also, you see how the carpet is when it was frayed. And I found out that 4 nails were sticking up from it because Chloe walked on it. It was like, ouch. She didn't step on it. She was like, she went to step. So I didn't have to go get her another tetanus shot. But we saw that. They're like, oh, we can have someone out in 45 minutes. They said they can redo the whole thing. Y'all not finna lift up this carpet while I'm here so I see all this mold in this house? Absolutely not. It was disgusting. And I got to leave them a glowing review.
Oh, good job.
Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
Horrible. But the place we stayed in Santa Monica was beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
But I didn't get to explore LA at all. My first time being there, I was sick.
I know.
I was in
I'm so
bed the whole
sorry.
time. And I don't know if I had scarlet fever or the new strain of COVID. Which, before we left, me and my friend Bree, we were talking about it. Me, Bree, and Joyce, we were talking about it. And you know Bree and Joyce. And we were talking about it, and they were saying apparently the Gen Z is calling it razor throat, blade, mouth, or something.
First of all, that's way too many words for me.
Baby, it's the syllables that
I
do
don't
it
put
for
that
me.
much in my mouth.
It's too. I used to want to be a madam.
So where did this go? So first of all,
no, I was sick.
You were sick.
And I had throat pains that I've never experienced before. But all the COVID, flu, RSV, everything came back negative. And I broke out in hives. It was like I was having an allergic reaction to my own body. It was the worst thing I'd ever felt in my life. And I ran to the emergency room in the middle of the night because I couldn't swallow. Like my throat was closing. I thought it was a legit emergency.
Did you spit?
No. I tried to swallow, so I had to because I couldn't swallow. It was too close. It was too much. Anyway, but I went to the emergency room, dirtiest emergency room I've ever been to. I don't know who lives in Ontario, Fontana, wherever the fuck I was. I will not be returning. Club was great, 100% great. It was really, really good improv. Won't be going there again.
Understood.
Ask me what you want to ask me.
I have so many questions. Josh looks like he's like dying to ask it. Do it.
No, you go.
Okay, so it went from you being in a throuple poly relationship to being a madam. How do we get to a
not
madam?
in a poly relationship. I would never be in a poly. I hung out with polyamorous people.
Yeah, you almost got caught up in a poly relationship.
Almost.
How do we get to being a madam?
I used to want to be a madam. I used to have these ideals of
Pimping bitches out.
I wanted to be a high-end escort.
Manager.
I wanted to have a high-end
That's
escort
what we
business.
call
So
them. Is it general managers or just like
it was
what
a
do we
high-end
call
manager.
them?
Okay, it started off with I love the idea of speed dating. So I've told you before. I believe I love the fairy tales, the Disney fairy tales, the happily ever after. So I've always wanted to do matchmaking and get people together.
Okay, cute.
So it started off with just I wanted to do speed dating, and I used to tell Matt this all the time when we lived in Philly, way before we had kids. I wanted to do speed dating and matchmaking, but I wanted the men to fill out cards in a certain way, like to know like who you are, what you make, what your interests are, what are you looking for, and then match make them.
Up. You want somebody to piss on you.
No, I don't. I wasn't gonna go that far because I wasn't privy to that information. I didn't know people actually did shit like this. I was like 25 years. I mean, I was younger. Okay, so it was like. I had things like, do you like hardwood floors or do you like carpet?
At first I was like, oh, you're so cute. You're into interior design.
Do you like the carpet? Do you like them hardwood? Do you like them clean shaven or do you like the carpet?
Okay.
Do you like rainy days? You don't need a rain jacket, like stuff like that. Do you
what
like
about turf?
or hardwood? What do you like? So stuff like that. And so, but I originally wanted it to be that people can find their forever. That was it. But then I thought about it like, My life is in a movie. I was watching Pretty Woman. I was like, I would love to make that happen. Someone starts off with a high-end escort, and then she wasn't even high-end.
I'm about to say, she wasn't even high-end,
She wasn't even high-end. But you start with, and then you find the love of your life. Or, you know,
was he the love of her life? We don't really know what happened
because there was never a number two, but that's okay.
But we didn't need a number two.
No, we didn't. That's how you know it's good. But the part where he went to dinner with her, and she asked Bernie to teach her the forks, the etiquette, dining etiquette. I wanted to do that. I wanted to have women or men that needed someone to be on their arm for business deals. They call me, I need this person to look like this. I need them to speak this language. I need them to have this education. Bring them.
You wanted them like Uber.
Literally. But at the end of the day, you can decide if you wanted sex or not. You can also decide that. I wanted to be a madam.
Could you do
and
it
I also want to have a sex
like
club.
Mid-date, you're like, not her, but send up someone that wants to stick a sock in my mouth instead?
All your stuff had to be worked out to be. And then you also had to make sure there was 2 table reservations because her bodyguard was coming with her.
Always.
Always.
What about in the room?
No, that's Diddy.
I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't mean for someone to do something to the bodyguard as well as the person being serviced. That's a Diddy. I don't even want to get there because that stuff is something else.
I told Matt from the get-go that it wasn't trafficking. What they were doing, that's not sex trafficking. That's just he got a funky sex life. That's what I said.
So I heard that people are
hear?
actually paying to go offline on vacations.
What?
Yeah.
What you say?
I heard that people are paying resorts to go offline, to lock up your phone like you do when you go to the comedy show.
They had that at like White Lotus. There was the episode where they was like, you haven't seen any of them?
No.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's have a day. Let's go.
Don't say anything about it.
No, let's have a day where we just go leave the kids with the men and we just watch White Lotus season 1 through the rest all day.
Okay.
You down for it?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you lock up your phone,
so people
what would be the hardest thing to give up? Like unplugging. Again, that was the second part of my question. What's the hardest thing for you to give up? And you asked Josh, and you didn't even ask me. I'm your fucking co-host. You here talking to me, and you fucking look at him. I had to get you away from looking at the camera because ain't nobody sitting there. Now you look at Josh the whole time. Do you want to talk to me?
So it went from Josh, and we went this way, and then you brought up the topic and said I could ask it, and we all wanted to know about your
talk to me? Was the question?
Your madam ways.
That's a no, bitch.
Okay. Whoa. First of all, okay. Too far. Bell. Ring-a-ling-a-ding. Yeah.
You can ring.
No, we ain't ringing a motherfucking bell. So what's the one thing that you could give up that would be too hard for you to give up?
On a normal basis?
No,
Wait,
if you're
what's
on
the
vacay.
question?
That was your question.
What can I get? I messed up my question. I meant to say, what could you not give up?
What could you not give up? What would be too hard for you to be able to give up on vacation in one of these resorts that, you know?
That's electronic.
Well, no, just anything.
Unplugging for
Let's do
alcohol.
unplug. Alcohol?
I can't, if I'm on vacation, I'm not giving up alcohol because I don't, I drink here, but I don't, it's a difference. It's like when you're on vacation, you feel like you want to be
You're
loose.
just kind of going with it. It's almost like
no,
island
I
vibe.
take that back. I can give up alcohol. I can't give up my pen,
Your pen.
my weed pen, my THC pen.
Okay. So with that, if you were at one of these resorts, as I was saying that they have right now, where people are paying people to unplug, like to lock up all their devices, for me specifically, what would I miss most? Being able to check the time. Because I rarely wear a watch, even though I have watches. It's just that, you know, they clank so much that it's hard. So I primarily use my phone more to watch the time, to see what time it is versus to see any other type of notification. So that would be the only thing that I would miss electronically about my phone being locked up. Anything else, I'm good.
Well, can I change my answer? Because mine is my watch. Because if I forget my watch and I'm checking it, it's like I don't know what time it is because I don't like pulling my phone out to see what time it is. Because the moment I pull my phone out, I'll start doing something. I'll start checking my email. I'll start responding to things for Matthew. I'll start doing all these things when I'm on vacation. I changed my answer. I need my watch.
Okay. Josh?
What do I need?
What can't you live without? What would be the hardest thing to give up?
My phone. Yeah. YouTube, Twitter, all the stock
you
stuff.
need that.
That's your thing.
Ooh, speaking of phones.
Yeah.
Do you and Victor have each other's passwords to your phone?
Yeah, we do. I'm so glad you said that. So I had a girlfriend who was telling me that she's sharing her location.
Always.
I've never heard of this.
You want to share locations with me, friend?
No, because
see you
the only reason I'm saying no is because
Look, all these are all the people I share locations with.
I don't keep on my location on my phone.
Look.
I see there's 20 people that you have.
That's because we love each other.
I don't keep my location on my phone. I turn off all of my apps on my phone off
So
of
how do
my
you check the weather or do your maps?
I don't.
How do you do maps?
I only do maps if I am looking for maps.
and then you turn it off as you go.
Absolutely. I turn off all of the apps unless
That's
I
that
am needing it.
cybersecurity in her.
And if not, it's taking away from my cellular data for once because it's doing background refreshes as well as
Everything is unlimited. What do you mean it's taken away from your cellular data? How old are you?
they're being well. The thing is like they're taking away from your cellular data in a sense.
Oh, we get
I have
100 text
unlimited.
messages.
We gotta be careful. Call me after 9.
It also takes away from your battery. That's why your battery goes. I can
that's why
charge
your
it.
battery goes though because you have like a 9.
But I don't. You tried it. I think it's like a 14. But the
me
thing
too.
is that
I cracked
it's,
my back recently. Look.
Yeah. Oh, mine is. I think you may have a bigger, a different. You have a Pro or something.
I have one of those, but I just cracked my whole back, so I'm gonna go get another one tomorrow. Why is my green light on my phone?
See what I'm saying? I turn off everything so that if I'm not on Wi-Fi, I won't be able to connect to those apps. And it also makes it a lot cleaner.
Turn off your background app refresh.
But I'm saying it makes it a lot cleaner as far as notifications are concerned. When we're talking about distractions and things of that nature, I don't have those because they're not going to be able to get through because I'm not at home or in a place where I have Wi-Fi. So it's something that can wait for me. So if I turn off, only thing I have on is my messages and the phone, and that's all I need. Unless it's, of course, if I need maps, I turn on maps, my location. Once I get there, I turn it off.
It sounds like that's a personal issue for you. It sounds like you get easily distracted by those things. Like I have all my notifications come. Them motherfuckers just be sitting on my phone. I don't even notice them. Like if it comes up, I just like push it away. But you don't even want to have to push it away. You don't want to look at your phone at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no point as far as apps are concerned. It's not, for me, it's not an importance. I don't need to know. I mean, I don't have Snapchat
Turn
anymore.
all your notifications off.
But I'm saying I don't have Snapchat anymore. There's no reason for me to keep Snapchat on as far as just
delete
to keep
it.
going. Oh, I keep my apps very limited. So I only have necessity like apps,
So
period.
then if you don't have the app, you're not going to get a notification from it because
But
you
I don't need
deleted it.
notifications for anything unless I need it. Like before a phone and a text, that's it.
Then
What
you
else
need
I
to switch back to a Motorola.
I would love a BlackBerry, honestly.
Oh, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Okay. Let me tell you what I could do. But yeah, so the sharing of locations, I don't do that. Victor, oh, snaps. Victor he has an Android. He's always had an Android. So we've never been able to connect on an iPhone type of level. But I've never shared a location. The one thing we ever did was share a password. And I think that was when we were starting to live together. And it was more so of just like, oh, I have yours and that's fine. But I feel like in dating now or just maybe in relationships, that's something that's of norm as far as like a trust thing is like knowing where people are. For me, I just feel like it's so foreign. Like, what is the point of having
I can tell
someone?
you how it happened with us. So
Why?
With Matt and I, it started because I don't know if it started with a friend first, and she told me she was sharing with her boyfriend, and then I was like, well, I need to share with mine. I don't know how it started, but Matt and I shared location with each other. I asked him at first, he was like, this is controlling. I don't like this. I don't want to do it. I was like, and so I put it on his phone without him knowing. But I did it because whenever I would call him and he didn't answer, this is when I was like in my toxic state, when it's like clingy. I didn't know like my attachment trauma and all that. I would think like, oh, he didn't answer, something's wrong with me. And so when really he didn't answer because he was either on stage, he was working, he was running errands, he was doing his thing. So if he didn't answer, I would check his location. Oh shit, he's at the comedy club. Let me leave him alone. I'm not going to call him in the next 30 minutes. That was a control issue on my part, and it was sneakily done. And I finally told him, it's like, hey, then one day he told me he had to do something. Then I checked his location. He was out to eat. I was like, what the fuck are you? He's like, I told you. I was like, no, you're not. I see your location. He's like, how do you have my location? He was with Shay. Him and Shay were hanging out. And he like told me, he was like, this is what I'm talking about. I lied and said I had to do something because I feel like I can't even hang out with my friends. And so that's when it put it into perspective for me that I was the issue there. So fast forward, that's all done. So we share locations with each other now in case we're doing something and one of us doesn't answer, or for safety reasons for me, because I was a police officer.
Yeah.
So if anything happens to
Absolutely.
me, he can check my location really quick. Or, oh, she's on the way home. She didn't answer. She's in the car or something. Or she's at a location that I don't recognize. She's on patrol, something. So we did it that way. But fast forward, we were in Charleston one year for my birthday. I left my phone in an Uber, and I didn't realize that. And so I used Matt's phone to track where my phone was, get another Uber, and tell that Uber to follow that car and then get my phone. So right now, it's just a thing that we check, like, oh, where is she? Okay, he made his flight. Or I don't have to call and say, hey, did you land okay? I can just check, okay, he's cool, and leave it alone. So it's not an invasion of privacy thing anymore. It's just a thing that happens that's there. And I don't check my friends' locations. Like, we just do it out of safety now. So some of my friends, like my friend Nisha, she'll go, I'm bored. Where's she at? Oh, what's she doing over there? Let me see what's in the air. Like, kind of things like that. It's just for safety.
So I've done that with my younger cousin when she was abroad, and I was there visiting her, and I was just like, okay, I had left because her friend had came along, and I was like, well, let me know when you're getting in. So she shared her location with me so that I was aware of kind of her steps.
Yeah.
So that was probably my first encounter with that, and that was probably like in 2022. And after that, I haven't really had that experience before, besides, drop me a pin kind of a situation. I'm here. But other than that, yeah, when I was talking to a friend and I was saying that, I was like, is that the new trend, like in relationships, where it's not just like, oh, it was things where it was just like, oh, I got my BF's
location.
My password. His password, where I can get in if I want to. It's more so like location. I'm like, shit, is that the thing now? I mean, clearly I've been out for like 9 years in like dating 50. Sphere. I'm not even 40. And
you lie.
I am not even 40 yet.
You lied.
And so I was just like, is that the new thing? And I'm just like, yo, if I was ever out there, I'm never sharing my location with a dude, bro. I don't care how close we are in relationship. It's just not. Like, one, you wasted my battery by keeping my location on. I was just like, I'm not doing that.
Not our battery. You wasted my battery. Right, my data.
Yeah.
Only got 100 minutes.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's wasting my battery by leaving my location on. And I just don't leave my location on. I don't even take a photo at the airport when you're going through TSA.
Bro, were you going to say something about the location sharing?
Oh no, my wife did the same thing. She put it on mine, and I had no idea. And I was like, how do you know where I'm at? She's like, I put the location. I was like, that makes sense.
And so what Matt will do is if we're arguing, or if like he's upset with me, he'll turn the location off. But what he doesn't realize is I don't get a notification saying it's off. Like, I'm like, oh, you stopped sharing your location with me? He was like, yeah, I was mad at you. I was like, oh, you did it for you, because I didn't know. Yeah. And then I put it back on his phone. And one day he went to put it back on. He was like, I'm happy, I'm gonna put it back on. He goes, you little bitch. He didn't know I put it on for him. And he calls me, he goes, you little bitch. So what I do to deserve this? The whole thing. But no, what was I saying about the location?
That it was more so for safety.
No, what did you say? I was about to say something, but I wanted to make sure Josh got his comment.
I said it's wasting my battery, and I would never do it if I was in a dating scene, and it's just not me. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just very analog in the way it is. It's just like, I'm not going to do that. If someone wanted to share their location with me, like a guy, if I was dating, I'm like, that's cool, but I wouldn't share mine. Because I'm like, I ain't going to waste my battery. But yeah, so that's how I feel on sharing locations. But it's just really good to know, what people are into. I mean, I've been just so out of touch because I'm not in the dating sphere and don't hope to be so.
Well, I hope you're not so.
No. I mean, I don't plan to be in dating again.
No, my wife is toxic. She did it so, like, I thought she really trusts me. She's like, I know everything about you, where you're at.
That is
everything.
hilarious.
Oh, 100%. I know
she'll go through my phone
habits.
I'll just catch her going through my phone. What are you doing? And she'll be like, what is this OnlyFans? I was like, whoa.
Whoa! Bring it back. We had almost Polly, almost Madam, almost OnlyFans. You must talk.
I love it. And did I tell you I wanted to have sex parties? Like, I wanted to run a house that had sex parties.
Why did Victor give me I told him.
We're coming back to this OnlyFans.
Yes, we are. We will come back. I shared some of the topics that I wanted to chat about with Victor to get his opinion without getting his opinion. It was more so like a soundboard, like don't speak. I said, don't speak. He started to talk. I said, that wasn't your cue to speak.
Victor gonna punch you in the face
He
one
will
day.
not. He has hit me before in his sleep.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't think we should be talking about this
I know.
here.
You're
Turn
like,
the cameras off.
I know, turn it off. No, keep the sound on. It was in his sleep after watching, like, because I'm a huge, like, combat sports fan, and so I got him into boxing. It was after when we watched one of the matches, like, on TV, and I don't know if he was dreaming about it or something, and he ended up, like, punching me in the face, like, when we were, like, sleeping, and I was like, mother sucker, minus the fact my daughter headbutted me in his sleep while we were on this vacation, and I said,
That's
why?
the loudest you ever been in here.
Why? Why did you do this to me?
Did you wake him up, or did he wake himself up?
I
after
woke
hitting you?
him up and punched him back and pushed him off the bed. But
That
yeah,
must have been some rage, because he's a big dude.
yeah, he is. He was like, wait, what? I was like, mother effer.
Don't you hate that? When your children are supposed to be sound asleep, and they wake up after the 5th time, you like, get up, wait, what?
We're never asleep.
I know. I tell that all the time. I was like, I know you're not. Wait, what? So he probably really was asleep when he hit you, or maybe he wasn't asleep. You're never asleep.
We talked about it because I think that was when we were still doing like our what do you call it? Like whatever, like check-in, like with therapy and stuff. Like we were just doing like our yearly or 6-month thing to check in.
Yeah,
our proactive kind of thing. And we talked about it. He was like, yeah, don't tell anyone that. I don't want them to think that I actually like hit you, Shana. That's one thing that he probably couldn't do because he's just not that type of person. But yeah, I always bring it up and say that, and I tell him that because of the cousin there in, North Carolina, I'm just like, we could be cousins. Wouldn't that be fun? I was like, we're kissing cousins. It's so cool. He still doesn't think disgusting. It's fun. But yeah, so that was on that. So can we talk about this OnlyFans real quick while we wrap up?
Yeah, I've had this conversation before. Yeah.
Have we?
Wait, so
we said sex parties and OnlyFans.
OnlyFans is more relevant.
Well, what happened was I looked on Instagram and there was a profile and I clicked on the link.
You gonna say it's clickbait?
And it wasn't clickbait. I know what I was doing.
Oh, and then take responsibility.
It said OnlyFans. But you have to pay for it, so I'm not going to pay for it. So I exited out of it, but she went through all like the old, on the iPhone, you can see what you searched before, the history. So she went through the history.
I didn't know that, but she does.
And so she was just like, what's this OnlyFans thing? And I was just like, I didn't buy OnlyFans. She was like, I didn't say you bought it. I said, you looked at it.
Looked at it. Mama M for the win. That's my girl.
And then my response was like, oh yeah, just delete it. And then I tried to change the subject, and that was a good 2 or 3 days of, so how...
You if I find that on my
debit,
yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
We gotta have her in here one day.
Yeah, I would love that.
Once the in-laws and Mama E. When's Mama E back in town so she can watch the kids and Mama?
Yeah.
We gotta have her in here.
Yeah, she was here. My mother-in-law was here for a week. Thank you for letting her come to the 4th of July. I appreciate it. Of
course, she was great. She was too quiet. She wasn't in. She sat down. She minded her business. I'm used to mother-in-law just like, so what's this? So what? She followed the kids around. She did her thing.
Yeah, it's great.
It's better for them to be silent.
I like having her around because she'll be mean to me, my wife, and then I'll just go, Mom, you see how she talks to me? And then she'll be like, you need to be nicer to him. And I'm like,
I can't see. I love that.
Yeah, perfect.
His mother-in-law is a babe.
Yeah.
A babe. She's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, I think I've had my fill.
Of the in-laws?
Yeah. Well, I love my sister-in-law. Like, her and I, we just, like, vibe always.
Sorry, everyone can have a Beck family like me. On that note, I'm done talking. Goodbye.
Yeah. They're good people. It's just, I'm a very, like, introvert person, so I don't like to do that. I'm also not a foodie or, like, a shopper, and they're shoppers and foodies, and I'm just like, I'm chill. But, yeah. Thank you for tuning in to Genuine B.S. with Brittany and Shana. And then maybe next week, if she's up to it, oh, yay, here, look at you, girl.
I don't even know if y'all can see me.
We're going to try. Yes?
I don't do trends.
We're going to try the Save B trend off of TikTok I found on Google.
I don't do trends.
You do like Sauvignon Blanc with jalapenos in the cup. Supposedly it's supposed to be really spicy or not. Did she walk out? Y'all, she walked all the way out. You ain't got no shoes on. We'll see you guys next week. Stay tuned.